felt like I could almost like touch reality and like normal life again, but I wasn't there.
If this is the only reason why we're here, then I'm not mad about it.
Now and then. Everything's fun to light on fire as a kid. Where are you? 9 months ago, I left everything behind in the States and moved my entire life to Thailand in order to heal from a skin condition that most dermatologists don't even believe in and that the medical system refuses to recognize. I came to Thailand broken yet hopeful and just ready for a transformational journey, and what unfolded was more than I could have ever imagined. Hi, my name is Jada, and if you're new here, you may not know, but I am going through a chronic condition called topical steroid withdrawal. It's a chronic condition that occurs when the body becomes addicted to topical steroid medication that is often prescribed for a skin condition or skin reactions. And when you go to the dermatologist, these are sort of the first line of defense when it comes to medication prescribed for our skin. In my case, I suffered from mild eczema. I was born with eczema, and that was why I was prescribed those medications. And when these medications are fully stopped, a rebound reaction can happen that we currently recognize as TSW. TSW, I feel like, is the most extreme version of a skin condition that can occur. To call it physically grueling and emotionally draining is the biggest understatement ever. And when this happens to you, it fully takes over your entire life, your body, your mental space. It becomes just sort of this really, really brutal journey of trying to heal and get back to some form of normalcy. The sad part is that there are currently hundreds of thousands of people currently experiencing this condition, most of them not even knowing what is happening to their body because our medical system fails to recognize that as real and blah, 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 blah. There's a lot of information and lack of information surrounding this condition, but I just sort of wanted to preface what it was before getting into this video. My overall goal with this video, just as all of my other content, is to continue to inspire hope and joy. That is something that I feel like we need to see more in the community because it is so easy to stick into a routine of suffering and a mentality of suffering, and to continue advocating for all of my friends and people that I may not know in this TSW community as I continue navigating my life, as I still heal from this condition and start to re-navigate what my early 20s looks like. This June officially marks my 3-year anniversary of starting to go through TSW, which is so wild to me. And I just got back 3 weeks ago from 9 months in Thailand. And you guys may or may not have seen a video on my channel where I talk about my Mexico healing journey. I spent the past 4.5 months before going to Thailand in Mexico healing with salt water and sun, which is also a viable treatment option that the Thailand clinic recommends if you're not able to fully relocate your lives to move to Thailand. It's such a huge sacrifice to be able to do what I and hundreds of others have been able to do and go to Thailand. The community there is just so grateful to be there and so grateful to be surrounded by people who have dedicated their lives to being able to heal us and listen to us and continuing to develop technology that can support this condition. So yes, while it is extreme, it is something that I thought about so deeply, but I knew that going to Thailand was honestly the only option that I felt safe pursuing. The risk of not trying this treatment for both myself and for the community felt like a heavier risk to not do it than if I just went ahead and full sent it. So I did. So CAP therapy, what is it? It stands for cold atmospheric plasma therapy. There's a lot of science that goes into it that I am not a scientist to explain. Sort of this like metal rod tip that ends up, you know, moving across the entire body, the skin. So my treatment would take about 3.5 hours every single time I went to the clinic, and you went once a week. And what this treatment works to do is to stimulate skin growth, because when we're going through TSW, we're going through something called skin atrophy, and our skin is so compromised after using years and years of steroids, or how many ever months of steroids that someone has used. And when the skin comes off of these medications, it no longer knows how to function, which leaves us super compromised and susceptible to infections and sort of this whole cycle. This treatment stimulates skin cells at some sort of molecular level. What it does is that it increases the healing rate of the skin so that your skin can start to produce thicker layers. mucus, and it can start to be able to tolerate stuff like a normal skin barrier again. When I first got to Thailand, I was estimated a total of around 16 sessions, and then once I got to that 16 mark, I think they estimated me to be around 24, but I did not end up finishing my treatment plan when I was there. This is not a quick solution fix all. This process is a really long time, and the average time for someone to stay in Thailand is 3 to 4 months, and even 3 to 4 months is just like the bare minimum. Usually some people relocate there for a year, sometimes more than that, based on what someone can afford and if their job allows, if their family situation allows. I know people who have come and went multiple times. It's really something that a lot of people are sacrificing, taking loans for, fundraising, and shifting their whole lives around to be able to get this treatment. Just like any treatment or any option, it does not work for everyone. So there are some people who come to Thailand with high hopes, and this treatment is not as efficient for their healing process. But for my personal journey, I did experience a huge shift and a huge change in my skin. My healing rate was super, super high, and I could tell that my skin was starting to bounce back faster, heal quicker, and that's sort of the goal when it comes to this treatment. But yeah, that was just a little bit of a deep dive on CAP. I will leave a link down below if you guys want to read more about CAP, but I did want to sort of explain all of that before I get into the entire journey. Everything that includes healing that's not just my skin. So while I was in Mexico, I ended up buying 2 one-way tickets to Thailand. We did not know how long we were going to stay there. We just knew we were going to stay for at least 4 months. So what had happened was I was really excited about this journey, and I wanted to vlog this experience more. After I got back from Mexico, I was doing significantly better than when I had gotten there, and I just sort of put all this pressure on myself to want to vlog, make Thailand the healing experience that I documented, and I wanted to do weekly vlogs and document all this, that, and the other and keep everyone updated. But quickly when I got to Thailand, I knew that those were really unrealistic expectations. One, because my mental health was just plummeting. There is something so jarring about being on the other side of the world and being like dragged and dropped from your normal life into a whole different time zone where, you know, you're not really connecting with people. You're there to focus on healing. If you guys don't know, consuming gardening products is legal in Thailand, and my partner and I are pretty avid gardeners at the time, and we knew that once we got there we would be able to, you know, freely garden. And this is about to be a little spiel, but I think it's a really big part of my Thailand healing journey that I want to talk about, that I didn't really get to talk about while it was happening in Thailand because it was just too much to handle. When you relied on a substance that allows you to mentally disassociate from all of the pain, both physically and emotionally, that you're going through, it becomes a clutch. It becomes something so necessary that you need to heal. And so many patients in Thailand partake in gardening as well for all the right reasons. And I've never had bad experiences before that I could remember here in the States or anywhere else. Like, I feel like I've never had bad experiences. Something happened to me in Thailand, and it was one of the most traumatic experiences. I think that till this day is the scariest day of my entire life. Chris and I were out, we were hopping from gardening place to gardening place, you know, just having a good time. And all of a sudden I felt like something shift. Like, I took a situation, all of a sudden I felt really, really paranoid, really panicky, Basically, I thought I was going to die. That night, I had to go to the hospital because I thought that I was having a functional seizure. Like, all of the symptoms lined up, and I felt like I was so out of control of my body. And the gardening supplies were legitimate. Chris had also used the same stuff that I did, and so did the people there and the owner there, who was so chill and so nice. But I think we like fully scarred our Grab driver that day. Grab is like the Uber in Thailand, because there was a moment where I think everything shifted for me in the car, and I was like, I think I need to go to the hospital. I think I'm dying. Like, it was so, like, I think I can like kind of laugh about it now, but it is still one of the most traumatizing things, quite literally ever, that has happened to me. And that sort of started my panic attack anxiety, like heavy anxiety situations where like my chest feels like it's closing in. And I thought I had anxiety before, and I can say that I've had anxiety before, but I think it started to become super severe and like just like uncontrollable. Like, I couldn't be doing anything that was even slightly overstimulating because it was just too much for me and my like psyche to handle. It traumatized Chris so bad too, and I just remember feeling so lonely, so on the other side of the world, so unsure of my healing journey still, so lost. Honestly, I think that gardening served a huge purpose in my healing journey, and for that I'm forever thankful, because plant medicine is fully why I got through this condition for a lot of reasons. I think I realized during my healing journey that something can serve a great purpose at one point, and maybe there's a time when it's not going to serve that purpose anymore, and I'm going to need to use more of my strong will and the power within me to continue healing without relying on it as a clutch. So I like fully slowed down my gardening consumption and was sort of doing it here and there. I absolutely cannot even fathom what it's like to be super up in the clouds and like not in my body anymore, because that would only remind me of panic. I say that entire ramble to explain that in September I decided that I needed a full social media break from consuming and creating content. It was just too much, and I think my mental psyche was like collapsing there, and I don't know if it was just like the chaotic energy of the city around me, because at least in Mexico we were sort of like tucked in away in our own little area, but everything just felt so loud and vibrant and overstimulating around me that my mental health just like could not keep up with me. And yeah, I decided to take a social media break. I announced my break. A lot of people wished me well and was like, just come back when you're ready, we understand. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. My life is collapsing and I do not know how to explain the depths of what this feels like in my body. And it was just a really confusing and, like I said, just isolating time for me. I fully stepped away and was like, if I want to heal, I'm going to have to fully put all of my focus on this healing vessel. Like, I need to be able to concentrate. I can't have my mind and focusing on what everyone is doing in the States, what people in my life was doing. Like, I had to fully be locked in on my own healing journey. And this is where everything started to sort of change for me. I love to call this little chapter of Thailand like the ups and downs chapter, because it really was a lot of like little wins, little falls, little wins, little falls. It was a time that I was just fully embracing what it was, and I was just fully surrendering to knowing that we were in Thailand. I'm here to heal, surrendering into all of the gratitude that I can, and just soaking in that this was truly a once in a lifetime experience to be able to heal my body in a foreign but not so foreign country, because it was in a region of the world where my roots come from. I'm Malaysian Chinese, and the Southeast Asian area is just a place that felt so homey and so familiar to me. And I was like, if I don't fully embrace this chapter for what it is, I'm going to leave feeling more disappointed, you know? So I hopped off of social media. Your girl went outside and touched some grass, and eventually realized that life is worth living. Our month and a half on our Airbnb was coming to a close, so Chris and I had to start touring places. We ended up touring 3 places, the first one being an apartment that had a super nice view on the rooftop, but it had so many units and it was such a large building, and the unit itself wasn't that nice. So I was like, okay, this is not something that I can do. There was little to no sunlight in there, and that is not something that I can do as a content creator and as a person trying to not be depressed. And then the second place we decided to tour ended up becoming our home. I mean, it's just B-roll. Ooh. I know, I saw.
When you plan to
We this month, no?
this month?
Yeah. Okay. Bathroom. Boop, 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 boop. Stairs, 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 stairs. Third bedroom or third room. I don't know. I love the bedroom. That's my favorite. Okay, this room. This, I'm sure this gets a good lighting too. Tea room. Huh? Yeah, that's definitely a king. Okay, this is this bathroom.
Okay, it's softer than our bed, but still pretty.
This is here. I think this looks so beautiful. Chris looked at me and was like, this is it. It might be out of budget, but like, this is definitely it. And it felt so weird to be able to full send this moment, because it felt like after us having to leave LA and after having all of these falls that we were going to be able to finally call a place home. This place was actually a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house, and it was sort of on the outskirts of the city. And what our thought process was that we're not really going out that often anyway. We're here to heal. My goal is to want to be able to make content in my own space and in a space that feels bright and lively and feels like us. And if we get more space, because Chris is so tall and a lot of the units in Thailand are so tiny, and so he feels suffocated like often. And even in our Airbnb rental, he was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to have more space. So when we saw this house, he was like, this is totally it. And I was like, wait, really? Like, should we do it? Because the only catch was that this house was going to be a 2-year lease minimum. And I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to commit to that. I don't even know how long we're staying here. Chris and I sort of like toyed around with the idea of living in Thailand for the next 2 or 3 years of our lives anyway, just to sort of live our lives, see what we want to do, explore our 20s, and just continue to explore Asia. And that was sort of the goal. So in September, we I don't know, I guess we were coming off of a high or something, but we were so determined to make Thailand like our home. That's kind of what it became. I cannot believe we got a freaking house here. It's still like sinking in, but considering what I need from cap and just like environment wise and like stress level wise and just everything, I think Chris and I, after this first month, really loved Bangkok. So we figured, why don't we spend a chunk of our early 20s here? So we signed, or we're going to be signing, a 2-year lease for that cutesy house. It's a little bit on the outskirts of Bangkok, or it's still in Bangkok actually, but it's just like not in like the city part because it feels a little claustrophobic here. It's gonna take a longer while for us to get to the clinic now to do treatment, but since it's only once a week, it's not that bad. So yeah, still super itchy. Like, oh my gosh, my feet. This hurts so bad. It's so hard not to panic in public too, because I'm just like, I actually feel like I'm just like burning in hell. I know. Goodbye. Pan back. Sad.
That's so beautiful. Thank you.
Let's go.
Oh, okay.
You take a picture of me? I look so cute.
Yeah. Without the recording?
Yeah.
Not just whipped cream this time. I ordered it right, guys. There should be banana and Oreo in there. I asked
No,
for that.
there's
You didn't. Oh, there's Oreo in the thing. Oh, it's banana and Oreo in there. You taste banana in there?
I taste heavenly goodness. I don't know.
The instructions are really difficult.
They're in Thai. Up new? Nothing. There's not even chairs, bro.
Yeah, there's not. We just realized, we're literally moving out today. We realized that we had a rooftop garden this whole time and didn't know. Wow. That's Bangkok for you. Wow.
For the decoration, I can give.
It's all good? Okay.
อันนี้คือทำเสร็จแล้ว
I just like can't believe we're here. It does not feel real. I think settling in for these next few weeks is gonna be like top priority, especially as my body continues to heal. I just need to make sure that the air here gets like ventilated and stuff so that it doesn't have like that new house smell, because this is a new house, no one's ever lived in it before. I can't believe it. This was definitely a full send it type of moment. Okay, go. The breath, thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Hello. So we signed the lease on the house. I started going out with friends again. Oh my gosh. This was like one of my first nights, like really out and like living it up in Thailand. Chris and I went with our friends Jazzy and Aaron to a karaoke bar, and we just like fully spent the night singing our hearts out, and it was just one of the best nights ever. Oh, she has a YouTube channel and everything. Queen. Oh, she is? She's totally live. Yeah. Queen. Oh, yes.
What does it taste like?
Roti? You never have roti?
No.
Hot? Here, grab it. Yeah. This is a part. Oh, wait.
We had 3.
He fully. Wait. He just ate yours.
I'll eat your bit.
Wait, did you know that was in my mouth?
No.
No, I saw it and I didn't know what to say. I was like, wait, is that happening? Is he gonna eat it or is it?
Why did you tell me?
You know what? You know what?
Yeah,
It's
he
good.
did it because it was hot.
It was
Guys
good.
just made
I
out.
mean, it was good.
Why didn't you tell him? Bro, she just fully watched you eat that shit. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Well, that was a taste test
Yeah, it
for
was
the
good.
win. First kiss, guys. I couldn't respond. My TSW brain was literally just like watching it happen.
Everything on
Bro.
TSW.
I do. It's
Yeah,
really
so why did you split it out in the first
It
place?
was really hot. I'm
Oh,
really
was hot.
it
sensitive.
was quite hot.
That's what it was.
I have a really sensitive tongue and I burn it really easily.
Can't eat anything. I think I am now.
You said you have your one drink and you're good.
Yeah, right here. Yes, let's do it, let's do it. Oh my god, we're going. Karaoke bar. Come with me, do it like an MTV creds. MTV creds, yeah! No, we're stuck. We're stuck.
Are you actually joking, like?
Come on, guys. We just gotta press the button.
Oh my god.
Come on.
Okay, okay. Oh, this feels like I'm in a music video. Oh my gosh, this is stunning. What? Oh shit. Okay. Oh, see another one? What's that?
Pretty comfortable.
The two kissers.
It was an indirect kiss.
Yay!
Are you messy or are you not messy? Yeah, this is solo rounds. Having the time of your life. When you play the right music, getting into the swing, you can look for young and sweet, 17. Dancing Queen, thank you so much. Dancing Queen. I did, I recorded everything. I recorded it all. Shot. Yeah. Ready. Where's the salt?
Salt on the lid.
Okay, salt, shot, left.
Lick it. 3, 2.
Ready?
Lick it.
Dancing Queen, feel the beat from the tambourine, oh yeah.
Hey. Okay. Yeah. Hey. Now and then. Do you think about me now and then? Hey. Do the video. Man, oh my god. Now and then. What's left of you? Nobody can see you. And I said, Romeo, take me somewhere we could be alone. I'll be waiting. All there's left to do is run. We knelt to the ground and pulled out a ring. Said, marry me, Juliet. You'll never have to be alone. I love you, and that's all I really know. What are these? What the? What the fuck was that, Bridge? I'm confused. And I started realizing that life can be so good here if I just choose to fixate on the things that make life good. Otherwise, it's just gonna be hell. And it really is all about perspective. Jazzy and I also went to an emotional release breathwork class a few days after that, which was hilarious because the contrast of that is just so funny. I think my infection is dying out, which is good. I have a taxi going to a healing breathwork meditation situation. Very excited because I have a lot of pent up everything in me, and healing is much more than the physical, you know? Here's my taxi. Long ass elevator. I also don't know where to go. So cute. Yeah, I'm so excited. How long have you been doing this work?
It's like shift and change a little bit,
Yeah.
but I actually first started with
Yeah, I know. I saw. I was like your fans. No, it looks so nice.
an in-depth explanation of what rebirthing breathwork is, why we're here, how to breathe, what's going to happen to your body, and then we're going to go into the breathing part. It's going to take around 45 minutes to an hour. A space for you to express. So if you want to scream, if you're angry, if you want to shout, if you want to like, you know, swear in your own language, you're free to do that. So after very few breaths, you know, it can be very activating really quickly, you know, to like voice anything out, sigh, make any sounds, if it needs to move, if it needs to like scream, hit something, that can also happen. Yes, I would encourage for you to go use the toilet because it's going to be really difficult for you to come out.
1 hour later.
Actually, I have a very similar to a railway picture.
Woo. Oh, focus. Focus. She's not focusing.
Like, that's like, I'm the only Filipino girl here. I got it.
I got it. Oh, that looks so nom 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 nom. It's like not even real. That looks good.
The perfect amount of butter.
She's breathing as well.
Oh, this is good. Oh my god.
No, like that's too hot for me.
It is. Her shit's still breathing.
The steam is like giving me a facial. Oh man, that looks stunning. This is so good. This is so good. This is so good. This is so good. Everything's so good.
Is it a chain?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it.
They have it at the roasted banana does have barbecue. Salty sauce.
I think I like transcended somewhere. I have the video recording of the entire like session on my phone because I was doing content for them, and I haven't even gone back to watch it in full yet because I feel like I'm just gonna feel so many things that I don't even know, like, you know. And I think because of the season that I was in at that time, everything just felt like it was bubbling to the surface. I just like let everything out in that class, and it felt so necessary and so needed. I also was working on my website for coaching this entire time. Even like right before we got to Thailand, I was working on this website for like the past 3 or 4 months, I feel like, at that point, because I wanted to start coaching clients and release a whole new program, and I was developing all this stuff. So I was like actively trying to work, set up my business, like thrive in all these areas while healing. And for this website, I needed to have new updated photos that represented what I wanted this brand to feel like. And I found a photographer in Pattaya.
It's our first time going to the beach. Very excited. I don't know if I'm gonna get in the water. I did bring bathing suits, but I'm like traumatized with getting in the water. Even though my skin is like the best it's ever been since starting TSW, I'm like, wow. But we're going for my website photo shoot, which I am so stoked about. I can't even believe that it's actually finally coming into fruition. All throughout TSW, I'm just like, I'm never gonna be able to live a life past this horrifying suffering, but that's not true. Dreams are happening, and it's crazy to just see it like all unfolding in front of me. I'm really glad I'm off of social media right now because I just really need to like take in this moment for like what it is, and this next 15 days that I'm off social media should be interesting.
This is so good. This is my first one and it's the best. It's really good. I literally want a whole refrigerator filled with these.
Two hours later.
What are you ready to do?
Play Hearthstone.
It's been a long day. Hello.
Yeah, I'm high and this is amazing.
Whoa, the sun is setting. Wow, this is a stunning view. Wow. Look at how stunning this is. We're not even staying in this place because our room has so much like fragrances and chemical smell, and that would like irritate my skin. We're just gonna play it safe because I literally have a photo shoot tomorrow and I want to look good for the photo shoot and not inflamed and red, so we're getting another place. But gosh, if this is the only reason why we're here, then I'm not mad about it. Chris, the cameraman, you look so pretty. double cam. Stop looking over. I would do
This
it.
is where I want to do I'm not kidding. Not on camera.
I know. I was just trying to get the view.
I'm not joking.
Hmm?
There's a nice ass hat. I'm gonna take one.
Really? Okay.
I didn't bring my mom, bro. I'm so sad.
I know.
Should have fucking bought my mom, bro. like if I auditioned for a movie, I really just want to try this.
I love that confidence, baby.
I think I would get a lead.
Yeah.
I've lived so much life. I'm ready.
I feel that.
My sexy actor. Ew.
If you put on your sunglasses, it's not gonna give me a demure look.
That's a lot
No
of
way.
spring rolls. I wasn't expecting that. You know how you go to eat like 4 spring rolls
Oh
and
my
order
god.
spring rolls?
Okay, well then we gotta try it.
Cheers. Gotta
Probably
cheers
hot
you.
as hell. It just came out. There's no way I can eat that. I'm done.
It's not hot. I promise you. I
Great.
promise you. Oh, I didn't expect that.
2, 4, 6, 8.
It's not hot, baby. I promise you. It won't burn your tongue.
Sweetie, I'm touching it, and that's hot as fuck. It will burn my tongue. You don't know my tolerance, then. And no way I will.
You gotta hit it and then you fill it with meat. Can you put it right here? It's like this. Put it inside. I've been wanting to try this for so long. Cheers.
Is it good?
Mmm.
Yummy in your tummy?
Mm-hmm.
Which one's better?
Feels so hot. So I took that soju shot. Soju. Should I light my first joint and you record me?
No, because you're gonna fuck
Oh, I will fuck that up. Yeah, no, never mind.
Man.
Yeah, oh, sorry.
The shot.
Okay, wait, I can cover it.
That's actually smart. You blow it that way. It'll blow
Yeah.
away from your face.
Oh, okay. Oh, shoot. So focused. Yeah. Makeshift. It's strong. Oh no, he can kick. Was it good? I didn't interrupt your flow.
Yeah, I am tired. 11 p.m. in Pattaya. I got the tire on the tire.
It is so fire. I am not Saya, like Jada said.
I am not Saya, but I can't retire.
I'm sing like Mariah.
Quiet. I cannot. I am not
You
Saya.
cannot sing like Mariah.
I am.
Heading out now from our Pattaya room. We need to leave. We needed to be out 5 minutes ago.
Thank you. Yeah, it's in there. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, okay, good.
Thank you. I went and shot these stunning photos, and it was the first photo shoot that I had done in so long, and modeling is something that I miss so much, and it felt like sort of just like coming home to my body, and that was such a huge win for me, and just a huge reassurance that I am coming back to myself slowly but surely, that this journey wasn't in vain, you know? And by the end of September, I fully felt like I was on this high, and that I was just coming back to everything full force, and that the healing journey was close to being over, and that I was just fully going to bounce back and everything would return normal and be perfect. But as we know, the healing journey is not linear at all. Oh, my neck is not doing so well, and neither is like my shoulders, but it's crazy how like bad my skin used to be and how like unbearable this still is. Like, yes, I'm healing, but god damn, I am not close to being done, and it really makes me question how I got through those days where ow. But yeah, about to hop on this meeting for human design / astrology because I'm trying to see if the stars are gonna help me very soon. But overall, I don't know. I should put on a shirt. Or actually, I'll just put on this jacket again. Ow.
Extreme emotions going from one way to the other. Observe like when you're in these emotional highs and these emotional lows.
Yeah.
And basically like the idea is to not make decisions from a place of either an extreme high or an extreme low. Yeah. Like it's about figuring out like for yourself when you're in the high, when you're in the low, and then what is the 60 to 70% round of that.
Yeah. So at the end of September, I sort of came back to social media. I was gearing to finally release my coaching website. I was gearing up to get back fully into content since we just moved into this house. And I was just so disappointed when I just was not ready to do any of that. I ended up releasing my website and released a coaching program called Renew that I was so proud to build. As I started to open up my Jot forum and had people submit and talk to me about why they would want to coach, why would they want to be a part of this program, I felt like so not in my body and I felt so dysregulated and I was like, what's going on? And mind you, I was still like fully healing. Like, yes, the treatment was going well and everything, but my body was so fatigued, so tired. I didn't have any energy, and the little ounce of energy that I would spend either going to karaoke or doing something one day would result in like 4 or 5 days of isolation and me staying at home doing nothing, trying to just like build my body back. And that process was so frustrating because it felt like I could almost like touch reality and like normal life again, but I wasn't there. I started to take calls with potential clients for this program and I was just starting to disassociate and was starting to get like so emotional, and I just don't think that I was ready for it. And it was such a heartbreaking decision to pull that cord because I was so excited to just be able to finally take everything that I've learned and pour it into others, but my jar wasn't even halfway full yet. And then when the month of September ended, I felt like I was supposed to be this hero that took a month off, you know, just like the perfectly planned hero arcs journey that we all want to experience. And I feel like I'm still learning about how to not rush things and how to fully live in the healing process, because even as I currently stand right now, looking the best that I ever have going through this entire process, I'm still not healed yet. And that's such a shitty realization when you just want to be on the other side so bad. And even now, as I start to work again, I have to remember where I was when I tried to like go full force and do all of that again, just knowing that my body isn't there yet. And I can't be comparing my body and where it's at and the things that I'm capable of doing right now to that of an able-bodied person. I just can't. And I would be doing such a huge disservice to my body if I tried to just force it like a never-ending revving engine, you know? And for so long, I felt like a failure. I would spend nights talking to Chris being like, why couldn't I do it? Like, why wasn't I able to show up the way that I wanted to? And as I started working with one of my favorite people in the world, Lauren, I started coaching with her, and she sort of reached out to me in the perfect time. And I started working with her through her program called Fear Alchemist. And we worked on a lot of somatic healing and just like feeling what it feels like in your body, which is something that I don't think I was ever taught to do in traditional therapy. As a self-aware girly, as we know, you know, like I talk a lot, I know kind of what's going on, I'm able to be self-aware and understand what's happening in the grand scheme of things. But when you try to intellectualize every single feeling and just not feel it in your body, that's not really healing. Like, that's just thinking it out and trying to make it make sense so that your brain is like, okay, it's figured out. You can put it to the side now. Let's go back to being in full force. And that's just not what healing is. And healing is so messy. And healing is feeling these really messy emotions and sitting with them, sitting with the discomfort, sitting with that fear. And like Lauren's program just made me realize like I still had such fresh wounds on my heart going through TSW, and this entire process has just been so difficult, and I cannot rush this process. A very hard pill to swallow, but necessary. So yeah, I absolutely hated the mental state that I felt like I was in and felt like I couldn't get out of. And I was like, now I live in this pretty house and I'm like doing things, but I'm not I'm just trying to like keep up with the Joneses, and I am a Jones. Like, I should be able to keep up with the Joneses. I know. We'll cross it again. We're on so many puddles, I can't. So things started to change as we started traveling. We managed to go to Tokyo for our first visa run situation. To explain it as simple as possible, if you don't travel internationally and wouldn't know about this, when you go to a new country, you get a certain amount of days that you're allowed to be there. And for US citizens going to Thailand, you get 60 days upon arrival. And you have the option towards the end of the 60 days to go to the embassy in Thailand to extend another 30 days. But once you extend those 30 days, you then need to leave the country. So people typically do something called a visa run if they're trying to come back to the country and get another 60 days upon arrival. Yeah, like that's sort of what you have to do when you are not a citizen of a country, or if you're not on like a work visa or something. Because Chris and I signed our 2-year lease, we did have plans to want to stay in Thailand and stay there for the entire 2 years, but we did review our contract to make sure that if by some chance we needed or wanted to go home, we could get out of it without having severe repercussions. And for our first visa run, we ended up going to Tokyo, and that was just the most beautiful experience ever. And I think my mental health fully lit up. Like, I was so excited to be in Japan. Chris and I's dream was always to visit Japan together, and the fact that we can say that we did that now is so insane to me. I explained in the vlog that that trip was quite literally the best worst trip ever, because it was so wonderful to be in Japan, to finally visit a dream destination. But I got so sick there, and basically for half that trip we were stuck in our Airbnb and Chris had to take care of me. So yeah, the best worst trip ever. But let's just say my entire mental health lit up, and I was like, maybe I just need to like travel or get a sense of normalcy or like feel something again, because I think this whole isolating thing is really eating up my mental health. Even though we have a beautiful house, I just feel like staying at home too often is just not good. Chris and I really had to sit down with each other and chat about what we saw for our next upcoming chapter. Did we really want to stay here in Thailand? If so, we did need to act sort of fast and figure out if we wanted to stay on a visa, or do we go home? And it was just sort of this moment where it was really hard to make a decision, because as alive as we felt in Thailand, there was something in my gut that was telling me to go back home and to start exploring my career again and to start doing the things that I love so much that I feel like I wasn't fully able to explore in Thailand. So after many conversations and really weighing out our options, the only thing that really made me nervous was that I wouldn't be able to have access to the machine in the States, which is why we came to get treatment in the first place. But then a miracle happened. When you go to the Thailand clinic, you have an initial 3-hour consultation session where Jay and Toto and B and everyone is just sitting down with you, explaining protocol, explaining what's happening to your body, like going through the whole nines. And something that we learned really quickly is that if you want to be able to purchase the machine that they use, you can for personal use and take it back. The only downside, the machine is $30,000 USD. And that was just not something that I was going to want to fundraise for. I didn't want to go through the hassle of fundraising again. I didn't want to buy the machine. And so learning that, I learned that there were machines that people have bought from Thailand sort of floating around in multiple countries. And one day when I went to the clinic, I had a friend tell me, oh, you're from North Carolina? So-and-so, who was just at the clinic, bought the machine and she lives in North Carolina. And upon hearing that, it kind of was like a light bulb in my head, and I was like, that's my ticket to go home, and I need to be close to family right now after this mentally crazy up and down like process. I think I just need a little bit of stability. And even as perfect as Thailand was, something just never felt fully like home. So I got the girls' contact, and we've been in contact since. I leave in all of these details because I do want to be so honest about my process, about my healing journey, and I have been this entire time, so it wouldn't make sense if I just randomly left out bits and pieces of information. And I know so many people are wondering how I'm maintaining treatment and treating myself here at home. And I felt a little bit hesitant disclosing any of this information, that I would even be possibly getting treatment from someone who has the machine, because I know that so many people right now in the US and just in the world are fighting hard to overcome TSW and trying to beat TSW, because this technology is something that so many people cannot access. Knowing that there are now machines like floating around everywhere that people are buying for personal use makes everyone want to go and seek them. I am just the messenger. I am just sharing my story as open as possible. For these reasons, I need to keep the clinic safe, the people who have the machine safe, myself safe, even when it comes to just like medically doing the treatments, you know, like you have to know what you're doing. You have to get the education. You have to have been to Thailand in order to seek the machine. That was also the reason why I couldn't seek the machine before I went to Thailand. And the clinic really, really urges you to go to Thailand first before trying to seek a machine that may exist outside of Thailand. I know that that is so disheartening to hear. I know that so many people are trying to figure out how to get access to this treatment. I share all of this because I hope that me sharing, again, just continues to allow research to be done, awareness to be raised for this condition and for treatments that can be a viable solution for this community. And it's my hope that once TSW hopefully becomes medically recognized soon, that we can start inviting conversations that would be able to bring that machine to the US to be used on a medical scale. But as of now, because it is considered a medical class 3 device, it is not something that just can be openly used as a clinic or anything here in the US quite yet. I have not gone to get a CAP therapy treatment since I've been here because although I am in North Carolina, she's a few hours away from me and it's still a hassle to be able to go there. But I just know that if I needed that and needed the option to go, that I would be. I've currently reverted back to red light therapy healing now that I'm back. Also taking supplements, just fueling my body and mind so that I'm able to heal. But if the time comes where I feel like I need to go get a top-up treatment, I will, and that will sort of be what I do to maintain my skin. And I know the treatment worked because as soon as I got back, it is very typical when you take such a long plane ride like the one that you have to take to come back to the States from Thailand, that you flare. My flare was sort of induced actually by me trying a product that was not suitable for my skin, and I had a huge flare because the way that I looked could have potentially been so horrible. And I know that if I would have had a reaction like that earlier in my TSW journey before getting CAP, that my healing rate wouldn't have been as strong and I probably would have been suffering way longer than I needed to be, because that's just the nature of TSW. It takes a really, really long time to heal TSW skin, let alone naturally. And so I know that CAP specifically worked for me. This is just my journey. And as for what's next, like I said, I am back in Charlotte, North Carolina. I just have such big goals and dreams that were stripped away from me going through TSW that I refuse to let settle anymore. I have this burning desire in me to be able to fulfill all of the things that I once set out to do, and I am determined to do that. So I am back and I will be vlogging more now that I have a laptop that can sustain my editing, and you guys will watch that whole process unfold as beautifully as it is. And I hope that my content just continues to inspire people to live their lives fully and boldly despite whatever circumstances or situations or chronic conditions that may be imposed on you unfairly. To all of my people who are out there suffering right now, just know that things get better. It takes time. Like I said a million times, healing is not linear. I'm still in my healing journey, and as I continue pioneering my dreams, I hope to really just be a beacon of light out there for those of you who are suffering, who have seen the low lows, because I've been there. And I hope that my journey just continues to inspire you to keep pushing through and to keep fighting, because life does get better. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. That was my Thailand journey, sort of in a really long video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and subscribe if you guys want to see more content from me of just fun, intimate vlogs of what's going on in my real life now that I am still healing, but re-navigating, re-following my dreams. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in a future video. Bye!
Hello, future Chris and Jada. This is yourselves from Bangkok in 2025, and this is your last night in our room.
I can't see. But
they can see you. That's all you had to say? You can't see?
No. Okay, I'm so grateful for the time I've had here in Bangkok. I'm in a lot of pain right now because my hands are blurry. But I'm happy, sad, and I'm crying.
Yeah, and I'm really sad that we're leaving too, and
we're packed kinda, but we have to pack more tomorrow, and then we gotta get a suitcase tomorrow, and then we gotta go to the 8
Okay,
p.m.
don't
flight.
stress our future selves.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're getting a massage
and the good things
tomorrow.
are we've been here for 9 months, and we had good times, and I wish we stay longer.
I answer.
Okay, goodbye.
Oh. Black Lives Matter.
You're not black.